Hey everyone, so tell me here again. So today I wanted to bring you guys some Gangplank Sejuani. And the reason that I'm bringing back this deck is because I think it has a pretty good matchup against some of the decks in the current meta, right? So I think it does pretty well into stuff like Seal and Echo, which is rising in popularity. It does really well against Aphelios Fizz. And it does evenly against a lot of the Demacia decks like Sivir Akshan, Pantheon, and Scouts. Because if you can get Sejuani down in the field, you can lock them down to stop them from really getting a lot of value. So because of that reason, I think GP Sejuani could have a little bit of another rise in the meta again as we approach the seasonal this weekend, as kind of like a counter pick into a lot of the popular decks that you're seeing out there, like Aphelios Fizz. So that's the reason that I think I wanted to showcase GP Sejuani. Now, this list, I got it from Black Boss, who's a Brazilian player, one of the best players in Legends of Runeterra history. So he is playing the classic where you're going just full on Bilgewater, except that he's actually playing a lot more failure cards than I feel comfortable with. So he's playing triple Tusk Speaker and triple Sejuani. So you do have slightly worse odds of missing your allegiance because you're playing 6 failure cards. But I think it's fine because both of these cards, both the Tusk Speaker and the Sejuani, are just so critical to your deck that it doesn't make sense to not run them as a 3-off because just how much they can enable the level up of your champions. And obviously Sejuani herself is like one of the key reasons why this deck makes sense the way that it is. The rest of the deck is kind of playing like a low to the curve. If you're not familiar with this deck style, you play like low to the curve units and just try to get a lot of value, a lot of Nexus damage, and then try to finish the game later on by either burning the opponent down or with a big Gangplank just completely be able to obliterate the opponent. So with that said, we play stuff like Corsair and Jagged Butcher as a 1-drops, right? You have stuff like the Fortune Croaker, Marai Warding, and Tusk Speakers as our 2-drops that can push damage. The Black Market American can also push damage, but a lot of times you don't want to attack with him. A lot of times you want to be able to just get the value from him and get more value if you have a second one or have the Grifters. And then obviously Sap and Grifter themselves can push quite a bit of damage, especially the Sap because she's an elusive unit. Then we have a lot of spells that are also doing damage to the Nexus, like Warning Shot, Parley, Make It Rain, right? Tusk Speaker himself with his skill does a lot of damage. So low-key, this deck can kind of sometimes feel like an aggro burn deck because you're able to go super wide with like Marai Warding and a lot of your early units and just able to burn the opponent down because of Make It Rain, Warning Shots, Parleys, etc. later on in the game. Then obviously our top end is both of our champions. Usually these 2 champions level up really easily in this deck, and either one of them can completely swing the whole game around and just win you the game on the spot. And then Dreadway, because it can synergize with some of our spells, as well as being able to guarantee that we're drawing 2 Gangplanks. So technically we're kind of playing like 5 Gangplanks and playing 3 Sejuanis in this deck. So yeah, the deck list is pretty basic. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. And again, I think it does pretty well in the current meta. So hope you enjoyed the games coming up soon. And remember, if you like the content, subscribe below. We post LOR videos every single day, and your subscription will help us out a lot. I'll see you all at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Action Sivir. I feel like I'm back in like Worlds meta, where it's Action Sivir versus GP Sejuani. So it's kind of interesting. I don't dislike this whole hand, to be honest. It's just really, really slow to get us to our... The only problem with this hand is like it's so slow to get us to our champions level up point. And we ended up getting... I guess Dreadway's nice. Oh, this is better. This is much better. This is definitely much better. Because my concern was that we didn't have really any... we got a champion too. Okay, so we had the Sejuani. Oh my god, that's actually kind of like a low roll. We had the Sejuani, and we also have, like, everything else. I'm okay if the opponent wants to block here. It will set us up for Make It Rain next turn. I am giving him the access to the Warlord Palace, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. We'll do the Black Market Merchant this turn. Oh, that's a good draw as well. We can put that on the Sivir and be able to completely kill the Sivir, blow the opponent out. I guess not really though, because we don't have any... I guess the Merciless Hunter herself can just target the Sivir. Sejuani, we need to like turbo level Sejuani. I'm gonna save it for next turn. It's really greedy to save it for next turn, because the opponent's gonna have more answers to do things. But that way we can at least try to hit the Nexus, and we don't have to worry about triggering the Nexus hit this time, because I think I want to save this warning shot for later. I really would like to save this warning shot for later. So let's say that we do it right now. What are we getting punished by? I think there's too many things that we get punished by. Let's do it right now. Oh, well, we don't hit the Nexus, which is a little unfortunate. So we don't hit the Nexus. Opponent just needs to have a sharp side here or a Shape Stone. Still gets to kill the Black Mark American. The good thing is that he doesn't have a good attacker though into the Broadwind, so that's good for us. I think I really don't want to spend this warning shot, but I think I'm not gonna have a choice. I think I'd rather make sure that our Sejuani levels up than not. We took the risk. We took the risk of trying to level up Sejuani. Didn't pay off. We'll go ahead and do the sap this turn, I think, or we can just do this. No, because I like this better on his attack, right? I think this is much better on his attack. So I'm going to go with the sap. Second Make It Rain is not the end of the world either, although I would prefer a warning shot. We can still trigger the Sejuani right here. Unless the opponent just happens to also have a sharp sight, which is it's very possible, but if the opponent is spending all their units like this, I think it's fine. Because the more stuff that he's spending now is the less stuff that we have to worry about when Sejuani comes down in the field. Okay, perfect. Doesn't have it. Doesn't have it. There's also a consideration that we save the Make It Rain from when we have the Dreadway on the field. And we're able to just trigger Sejuani. Oh, I think pass. You want to pass with 5 mana? Be my guess. Oh, we get a warning shot. Well, potentially, right? We do play 6 failure cards. So there's a chance, there's 4 cards in our deck that are still failure. So there's a chance that we miss. There's a good chance that we miss. Okay, we don't miss. And we get to take advantage of the Black Market Merkin here. Be my guess. We have blockers for everything here. He should pull. He should have probably. Well, I guess it doesn't matter to the opponent. Doesn't really matter to them. I'm gonna do the Tusk Speaker. There is a chance that we might have to block depending on if the opponent has a rally, right? But I'm not. If he's giving it to us like this, it's fine. I don't think I die to a rally just yet, because we're also gonna have the Tusk Speaker as a blocker, and Sejuani levels up next turn by just pulling anything. So we just block like this. We block here. We block here. We go down to 11. Opponent has rally. We have blocker for the Bruiser, and we will only take 3 damage from the rally. Cool. And now, once we enable Sejuani in the field, opponent's going to have a much harder time being able to do anything to us. Not only that, but we also have the Bright Steel, which is actually kind of funny. The question is, do we bother with the action? I don't think we bother with the action. I think we just go after the Bruiser. I'm thinking I just go for the Bruiser, to be honest. I don't think the action really matters to me that much. Also, by putting the Vulnerable on the Bruiser, it means that, you know, we level up Sejuani and then Tusk Speaker also hits for Overwhelm, so it's fine. Okay, that's annoying though, because if the opponent has the rally right here, they could actually rally and push 5, and actually we have to sacrifice it. So maybe we actually, if the opponent rallies, maybe we just... I don't think we can pass. I don't think we can take 8. Because the problem is that if we take... Okay, perfect. No rally. No rally's good. I don't think I could have ever taken the 8, because if we take the 8, then we just die to too many things, right? We have technically enough mana here to do Make It Rain plus Warning Shot to be able to kill the opponent unit. By tagging this card, it means that the opponent doesn't have access to, like... that's kind of annoying, though. You know, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna guarantee that we level up Sejuani. This is gonna guarantee that we don't lose to like a single combat or concerted strike, which is the key part here. Because the opponent needs to try to kill the Sejuani before she levels up. Because the moment that she levels up, we have Warning Shot to always stop his strikes, right? So opponent's gonna be a little bit of a lockdown at the moment. I mean, opponent should have known that we had, because we had 3 other cards and we hadn't played a single one yet. So, you know, gotta play around your own cards sometimes, unfortunately, my friend. The only problem is that we're not going to get any other attack here, though. Because this is going to get blocked by this. I guess we could technically just pull the Bruiser, huh? So he's going to do both. Wow. So we will need to hit it, right? We will need to hit it for us to have the chance. Do we go for it? Is the question. I think we do. I think we take the risk. I think we take the risk. Because at the very least, if we don't hit the Nexus, we're hitting the Treasure Seeker. Okay, we hit the Nexus, so we're okay. So I think we always take the risk. I was hoping that we could at least hit the Treasure Seeker if we don't hit the Nexus. Fortunately, we didn't get it, so it's fine. Yeah, opponent. I mean, again, I'm always taking that risk, unfortunately for you, right? So we attack like this. Everything else can also attack because it's going to get damage through. Opponent's going to need to sacrifice the whole board. The only problem is that we don't have any other way, right? We don't have any other way to trigger Sejuani here. So opponent probably doesn't know that, though. The good thing is that we have... Gotta pass. I want to see what they do first. Do I want to... Okay, so let's say we do the Dreadway right now. Opponent could have Sivir. But Sivir by herself is not enough. I'm really concerned. I think I need to go find more stuff. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Let's say we probably lose Sejuani right here, right? Opponent probably has single combat or sorry, a second concerted to be able to stop this. But I'm too scared of the Sivir. Yeah, come on. Do your concerted strike already, my man. Yeah, there you go. He gets the concerted. Gets to get the Sentinel's Horde as well on top of it. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Because we're going to have the Dreadway next turn, we're actually pushing a lot of damage. Right? I wonder what the opponent decides to do right here. Because we can always also do the Merciless Hunter to pull the action. And have 2 units with Fearsome and 1 with Overwhelm together with the Dreadway. Opponent really committed 2 concerted strikes. So I don't think they have any other way. Yeah, so they're going to just do this. They're going to try to kill our Bruiser. Which makes a lot of sense, to be honest. Because they can kill our Bruiser here, as well as kill like one of our other units. But by doing that, the opponent's still pretty low in value. Come on. I know you want to kill. So he can kill our whole board, which is fine. Because him killing our whole board doesn't matter to us. Because we always have Dreadway to push the damage that we need. Especially because, like, you have 2 options here. If you don't kill the Bruiser right now, the Bruiser is going to get to hit next turn anyways. You can pull one of these guys instead. Yeah, decides to give up their whole board. Which is worse, because if they ever top deck the Sivir, now they don't have a board to like really take advantage of her, right? Spell Shield is pretty nice. Spell Shield is pretty nice. Not the best, but not the worst either. The question is here... How much can this Dreadway do? The opponent will need to not... Like, if the opponent has 1 more unit, it has to be something that can block the Dreadway, otherwise they just lose the game. Or we just do give... So this doesn't lose to a single combat. I'm gonna do this, because this is technically threatening lethal. So this is threatening lethal, because we can pull the action and be able to attack with the Merciless Hunter that has Spell Shield. So opponent has to commit another unit right here. And then we'll do the GP. Because this is lethal right here. Opponent has no heal, and with Spell Shield, he shouldn't have a way to remove the Merciless Hunter. So he's digging. The more mana that he's spending here by digging, the better for us. He does the action spell, and now he loses to Gangplank, unless he has the 3rd Concerted Strike. If the opponent has the third concerted strike, then the opponent is a god and he deserves to win. So let's see it. Do you have the third concerted strike? I guess he could have a second action spell too. He could have the third action in their hand. They could have the third concerted strike. If it's their rally, doesn't matter because they lose the game. And that's it. Boom. Yeah, so I think starting with the Tusk speaker was always great, right? Because he forced the opponent to have to react there. Which, if we started with GP, we would have just lost to the sim, to the action. I guess we wouldn't have lost. We still had the damage because we had the Tusk speaker, but still, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Ezreal Caitlyn. So it's a mixed match, right? Because the opponent can have a lot of ways to remove our champions. Honestly, man, nabbing from this deck is so good. Nabbing from this deck always feels good. I'm debating if keeping Sejuani this early is a mistake. I think it actually is. It's kind of weird, right? You usually don't want to send away your champions in this deck. But I think I'm gonna play a little bit slower and potentially try to outgrind the opponent. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that plan goes. Now we will be leveling up both champions very quickly because we're gonna have the Tusk speaker as well, right? So we're gonna have the Tusk speaker to trigger the ping next turn. If the opponent has Caitlyn, that's kind of annoying though. That's so good. They always have Caitlyn. Why do they always have Caitlyn? What if he's Make It Rain into Black Market Merkin? Now I think the Make It Rain is better later. I think we go like this, just trigger the damage. We can always trigger the Merkin next turn by just attacking. If the opponent goes like this, maybe we're okay like this. Maybe we just block here. But then it's the same because opponent's just blocking, but I guess we push a little bit more damage. If we go like this, it's the same thing. Opponent just... But then we lose this. I'm gonna block like this. Giving up the Corsair doesn't feel great. Giving up the Corsair doesn't feel amazing, I will say that. Ironically, if we do this now, then we probably don't ever hit the Nexus. I just want to push the 2 damage, right? Opponent could have Mystic, but then we just do Make It Rain at least. So at least we can Make It Rain this. We still get the trigger, and then we want to probably steal some stuff from the opponent. It's very good to nap from this deck, because their deck has a lot of good things that we can nap. Not House Spider, though. House Spider is not that great. I'm gonna summon them right now to eat up some of the bombs to leave our Black Market Merkin alive. I think we're in trouble now. We're in a lot of trouble now. I want to do the Grifter. I think the Grifter is good while we have this in the field. Now that the opponent does that, maybe we don't do it. Maybe we just go... Let's do it now. I want to do it now to just get rid of some flash bombs at least and then go super wide. I'm gonna let him get the attack. I just want to go super wide at this point. Notice, we have 8 flash bombs in our deck. 8. Which means that at any point, that girl is gonna level. He also gets a static shock, unfortunately. I think we go wide again. I think we have to just try to go wide at this point. 8 flash bombs to be removing almost anything here. Yeah, let's just go wide. Let's go wide. Let's even do the Grifter as well. And just push damage this way. Because by keeping the Parley in our hand, it means that if the opponent has anything... So we have what? We have Sejuani or the Tusk Speaker on the top of our deck? Sejuani or Tusk Speaker on the top of our deck. If opponent blocks with Caitlyn, we can always Parley her, no matter which unit he blocks. Or we get punished by the stun, but that means he doesn't get value from the spell that he just got from the Archivist. And we still attack with everything. I want him to block here. Okay, he's gonna decide to just block with Caitlyn. Yeah, thank you. You block here, you lose to the parley. I'm gonna just do the parley right now. I'm not even gonna wait until next turn. Yes, technically it means that we are one away from leveling up the Sejuani. But I think I just don't want it. I don't want this Caitlyn to put any more flash bombs. Because she also has a chance of leveling up this turn. Opponent's just trying to get rid of our board. He discarded the Scorch Herb. They probably have a big Tri-Beam, right? So they probably have a big Tri-Beam that we have to worry about.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
Gonna do this now. Gonna do this now. That way we can block the Ezreal, stop him from getting a Mystic Shot. We still have 8 Flash Bombs, which means that some of these units are probably gonna die. Only 1 card, which is not a worry for me. Static Shock. Okay, so the other card that he discarded earlier. Wow. So I think we have to go after the Ezreal. I think the Ezreal is too much of a problem. Even if technically he can still thermal or Tri-Beam this, we can still kill the Ezreal. Nah, not really, do we? We don't actually kill the Ezreal. If we do GP, Parley's still a problem. We do the Dread Wave, we get another GP, could potentially be Flash Bombs. No matter what, the opponent's gonna have an out. I think it has to be Sejuani. I think it's Sejuani first to get rid of the Ezreal. This is gonna force the opponent to have to do something here. At the very least, we're pushing damage with the Sap Spray Fin, because we get rid of the elusive target. Opponent could easily have a Flock here. We know that the opponent's gonna draw a Static Shock in the next 4 draws. So maybe they go for the Static Shock right here. Wow. 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 I did not expect that. I will admit that I did not expect that. Because he shouldn't have a way. He should have a way to remove the. He should have a way to remove the Sejuani right here. So let's say he has a Mystic Shot to kill this. That's still huge. Not only that, but we keep our units alive, by the way. We still keep our units alive here. Opponent just showed us that they don't have any Tri-Beam or Thermal. Which means that we can just summon... we can just summon this guy next turn. And then on turn 10, we can summon the first Gangplank. And if the opponent removes the first Gangplank, we have another one in our hand. I don't care about keeping this guy alive, because we can always block it with one of these. Oh, that sucks, because now we're vulnerable to a Flock.
You seem pensive. What's on your mind, Sheriff?
Nothing new, I'm afraid. What do you know?
Alright, yeah, we're just gonna go with double GP next turn. We're just gonna go with double GP next turn. Not only that, but I guess we can do the parley now too. I'm gonna do this to face to guarantee, because opponent could technically Mystic Shot their own... opponent could technically Mystic Shot their own... Or Flock their own Archivist to stop this freeze from going through. But look at this. Now we freeze this Caitlyn, so the Caitlyn doesn't get to put any more Flash Bombs. We get to summon GP next turn. And if the opponent somehow kills the first GP, we have a second GP in the back of our pocket. Opponent will have to get a Nutty Sitsko spell from here. It has to be like Headstack Anomaly into Ruination, and that's still not enough because we have a second GP. We do have 8 Flash Bombs still, so we're going to take a lot of Flash Bomb hits here. We should level up the Caitlyn. So Caitlyn gets to be leveled up. Most likely. 3. Oh, we lose the elusive. That's actually kind of annoying. Losing the elusive is actually a big deal. We also died to a Static Shock here now. But I think the plan is still the same. The plan is still the same. Well, I guess Static Shock, sorry. I don't know why I said Static Shock. The plan is still the same. The plan is still GP. Right? So it's going to be GP. If the opponent has a Stun Spider, we actually just probably do the Joro Grifter instead. So let's say the opponent has the... Oh, that's not enough. That's not enough. We just win here now, right? I guess you have the Flock. You have the Flock, okay, the Scorched Earth, but you still go down to 4, and then you lose to... I guess the one mistake here is that we should have always done the Grifter. We should have always done the Grifter to guarantee that we... Yeah, and that's lethal right here. We had to do the GP parley right now. We could have also just passed, by the way, and killed with the warning shot. But we always do the GP parley now and go like this. So yeah, GG's. Actually, no. If we pass, then do we summon the keg first, or do the flash ones happen first? I don't know. So we had guaranteed lethal here by doing the parley to face and the warning shot, so it didn't matter. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against... Ooh. Fizz Riven. So Fizz Riven is a pretty fast deck, unfortunately for us. The Grifter might be a little bit too early. I like the Tusk Speaker, and I like the Fortune Croaker, so that we have an attacker. So we have ways to level up our champions here, right? We can do Corsair on turn 1. Croaker into the Corsair will let us attack with the Croaker to get the value. And then we just need to draw into our champions. The Tusk Speaker means that on turn 3 we can play the Tusk Speaker and be able to also trigger our champions level up, which is the big thing that we're looking for here. What if we just do Marai now? So the fact that we get this means that I feel a lot better just doing Marai and just going wide. I think I like this. I think I like just going super wide now. I'm gonna give the opponent the option of killing the Corsair if they want to, otherwise they take an additional damage. I guess the punish by doing that is that we lose the Corsair, so she's not pushing damage or after this fact, which I think I'm fine with. I think I'm fine. I think I attack with everything. We're gonna try to smart them, yeah. So we still push 5 here. He gets to kill the Corsair, but we have the Tusk Speaker, and we can do Croaker next turn, and just start slowly just getting the value. Yeah, especially since we have UP. Yeah, like the ribbon doesn't matter to me. The ribbon doesn't matter to me because we're gonna try to go wide. The question is, do we take this damage from her though? Maybe she does matter. Because there's a chance that the opponent can just like OTK us, right? Well, wow, they didn't even attack. So they didn't even attack. So the reason that I said that there's a chance that the opponent can OTK us is because this is a Papercraft Dragon deck, right? So if the opponent gets the Overwhelm if the opponent gets the Overwhelm Fragment and gets to put the Papercraft Dragon as well on top of it, it's gonna be very scary. So I need to be very careful about that. But again, I think at this point we just go super wide. GP is not gonna be leveling up just yet, unfortunately. We probably actually... I think I prefer doing the... So I think I want to do the GP next turn, but it's also kind of tempting to just do Sap and Tusk. Sorry, to do Sap instead and have a full mana for the future turn. Because this takes us to 3 out of 5. We play Sap. We can make it rain and we'll take it to 4 out of 5. We know we're going to draw another spell from Sap, which can potentially level up the GP, and then we drop the GP and win the game. Yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. So we know we're going to push the Gangplank here. So this is going to be 3 out of 5. On his next turn, we can do Make It Rain. Right? On the next turn, we can do Make It Rain to get us to 4 out of 5. And then on turn 5, we should have another spell from Sap where there is the Parley, Warning Shot, or a second Make It Rain. And we will have enough mana to be able to play it as well. Pokey Stick, okay. So we still get to push the 2 damage here, which still, again, enables our unit. And opponent still loses their whole board. And only has mana for 5, so they cannot do like Papercraft Shenanigans next turn. So yeah, I think we do it like that. We continue with the plan. We do Sap, Make It Rain, or we can even do Make It Rain first here if the opponent summons a 1-drop unit. I still like the Sap over anything, just because the Sap is able to oh, there we go, we get the Parley. The Sap is able to attack for elusive damage next turn, right? I would love to do Make It Rain here. I definitely think we always just level up GP though, right? The other option now, so we have enough mana to do Parley plus Jagged Butcher, right? We have enough mana to do Parley plus Jagged Butcher. And then next turn have enough mana to level up GP as well. And do we ever do the GP first and then the Make It Rain second? I don't know if we do.
Even a fragment snuffs out lies.
Do we stop the opponent from getting value here too? That's another question. Do we stop the opponent from getting value right here? I don't think we do. I think we just go Smirk. We just go Smirk. Because we have so many units that we're attacking with compared to the opponent that it's not a big problem. My concern, again, that we talked about is the fact that I definitely think we do it this way now. So I think we do it this way now because we can do it with Parley or we can do it with Make It Rain. It doesn't have, like, no matter what, we're going to have to commit another spell. But the opponent has to be worried about us having Warning Shot and being able to attack like this. The other option is that we don't do anything, right? The problem is that I'm scared of the stun. So I'm scared of the Bandle City stun, which is a little bit unfortunate. We also just lose, by the way, to Papercraft Dragon. If we don't win this turn, we just lose to Papercraft. Apprehend from Conchologist. If we just do this, call it a day. Attack with everything. Opponent doesn't block, they get punished. Apprehend from Conchologist. That's such a good roll for the opponent. That's such a good roll for the opponent. So this means that here we're pushing 5 damage. Or I guess if he blocks with the Librarian, then we're only pushing 4. So we're pushing a decent amount of damage here. If your opponent goes like this, then they lose their only unit, right? Which means that they will not be able to have a unit to kill us with. Now, if the opponent decides not to block, this is what the opponent is thinking. He doesn't block here. He goes down to 2 HP. He can put the Papercraft Dragon on this turn, and then be able to give Burst Speed Might, and he wins the game. And because the only thing that he will lose to in that scenario will be the Warning Shot.
You've concerns, do you?
I think I have it. I think I know exactly what the opponent's gonna do here. It's gonna be Papercraft Dragon this turn, and then he's gonna open up with a Might or the Overwhelm Fragment and be able to actually win the game. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. So we need to top deck. Yep, there we go. We need to top deck Warning Shot to win. Because the opponent also get, yeah. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding me. So it has to be exactly Warning Shot, otherwise we lose the game. And we don't get it. If the opponent develops anything, they lose to like the Parley. No way. That's not correct in my opinion. So I like the Parley first. So the reason that I like the Parley first is because this damages our own Nexus. And if we damage our own Nexus, we are in a greater chance of dying to the Librarian, right? He needed to be... He was so close. He was missing the Overwhelm Blade. That's why he had to do the Ruin Reaver. That's unfortunate. GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Pantheon Yuumi. Now this matchup is more or less even. You can either smirk them pretty quickly, or you can kind of high roll some of these games if you get like Sejuani in the field. I also think that it is a consideration to go wide, so I'm gonna keep the Mirai. I always get greedy with the Black Market American, to be honest. It's one of my biggest weaknesses. Okay, well this is a great draw. It is a great draw because we're able to just push 4 damage right here. Because the opponent's never gonna block. Yeah, we can try to smirk them down. I don't know how efficient that's actually gonna work out for us, but it is a consideration. Oh yeah, we have the hand to smirk them down. This is always gonna get blocked. I'm okay blocking here because this is always gonna block one of our units anyways, right? That's always gonna block one of our units, so it's gonna be the same thing whether he loses, whether he dies now or dies later. It's gonna be the same thing. What I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna go super wide. Our opponent has two options. They can either summon. Wow. Well, yeah. This is gonna be a smirk type of game. That's a low roll though. That's a super low roll. He probably like yeah. So we guarantee another damage next turn. We can trigger Sejuani GPL again because of the Make It Rain. Try to get something with the Black Mark American. Maybe we don't care about the damage that we take here, to be honest. Toss Speaker. Actually, so now we don't even need to do Make It Rain. Now we can do Toss Speaker and American and still be able to go super wide. Every point of damage is gonna matter, so I'm not gonna block with the Sketcher. Because even that Sketcher doing 1 damage is gonna make a difference. So let's see what the opponent does here. Okay, another unit. Don't think that's gonna be enough. Pale Cascade is not bad. Pale Cascade is not bad. Yeah, we're just gonna try to smirk. Oh, that's so unfortunate because I probably wanted to get that after. Like I would have preferred to. I would definitely want to play. Like I wanted to play whatever I drew this turn. So it's a little bit unfortunate because we cannot play this because we don't have the board space. If the opponent doesn't get the overwhelm, then, you know, we're not in any threat of dying. So we can always just play the Marai next turn instead. Now, opponent could easily have single combat here or Concerted Strike, I guess. We can threaten the dragon by doing the Make It Rain at this moment. Let's see it. Single combat. If we do this, do we kill the dragon? Okay, so this is targeting that. This is targeting this. Oh, so he's doing the one right here. So he had the second Yuumi, which gives him the value that he needs. Doing the Make It Rain now means that we don't get the Pale Cascade value, which I don't think is correct. I think we just let it go. So single combat plus second Yuumi. That's what I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to be able to develop. Not being able to develop is a big punish. Now we can still potentially just easily win this game. By the way, I think we just do the Marai right now so that we have some blockers. We have to do the Marai right now just so that we have some blockers. Opponent needs to have exactly a Zenith Blade to be able to punish us here. You know, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna thin out my deck first. It's not Zenith Blade, it's not a problem. And block here, we got into 8. Sorry, we got into 4. We got into 4. Alright, let's see it. We have multiple options. It could be GP. Okay, so it's just gonna rally. Okay, so the rally means that we have to block with everything, no matter what. A little bit unfortunate. We can do the Pale Cascade right now, I guess. Actually, we don't have to block with everything unless the opponent doesn't commit the gem right here. Do we ever play around another Pale Cascade? Do we ever play around the opponent having sharp side of Pale Cascade? I think if we lose our board, we lose the game. I think if we lose our board, we lose the game. So if the opponent has it, they have it. Yep, they do. So good for them. I think if the opponent has, if we lose our board, we lose the game. I'm 100% convinced of that. So I think we needed to be able to keep one of those units alive. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we go against Pirate Aggro. We can go oh, this is a pretty good hand in my opinion. This is a pretty good hand. We have a lot of early blockers, right? We have a lot of early blockers, which is huge. I'm going to pass first. I want to see what the opponent does. Okay, since the opponent does that one, we can do the Corsair here and get our free 2 damage. If the opponent summons a unit that has 1 health, we kill it with parley, right? So that's why I wanted to pass. I wanted to see either the opponent summons a unit with 1 health or the opponent summons this, and we can still get to attack with the Corsair. If opponent's smart, they should open. They don't open, so they get punished by the Warden. Unfortunately, we don't have this. Sorry, we go like this, we go like this. We can keep this alive because it's not a blocker. Technically, we should probably not block that because, you know, we could punish the opponent with like a make it rain, but it's fine. This is a pretty good roll. We got a pretty good blocker next turn. Let's just go wide again. Oh, okay. Okay. You punish us. You punish us. That's such a high roll, by the way. That's such a high roll for them. So we get punished, and the opponent gets to have a super mega high roll, but we got a high roll ourselves right here. We actually got a pretty good high roll ourselves right here, so I cannot complain. We're gonna have blockers for days now. We can start stealing their cards. Stealing their burn is pretty good for us. Let's do this. I'm gonna do this because I want to enable the black market merkin and actually do this after the fact. If opponent has the fervor right here, that's annoying. Wow. That's pretty smart. So we got punished. We got punished. It had to be the Yodo Grifter. So we got greedy. We got greedy and we got punished for it. However, no need to freak out yet, right? Yeah, no need to freak out just yet. We're still in a very good spot because we do the ritual of renewal. I think I'm just gonna do this now, and then be able to do the Yodo Grifter. The fervor didn't go face, right? So because that fervor didn't go face, I'm not too concerned about it. And now we get the next fervor, so we know that the opponent only has 1 fervor left in their deck, and nothing else. And they get punished for this. Thank you. That's such a good roll. So that double up ends up getting punished. We get to push another 5 damage here. And at any time that we want, we can just heal up with the Ritual Regeneration. Yeah, Nap. Again, I keep talking about when I play this deck. Nap. Nap is a thing. That's a little bit unfortunate for the opponent. We even get the sap now as well. All we need to do is just block. We have the ritual. If opponent doesn't do anything, they're just gonna slowly die. I actually think we do the ritual next turn, by the way, just to make sure that we absolutely cannot die to almost anything that the opponent might have. Wow, imagine if we did the warning shot last turn. So the reason I didn't do the warning shot last turn is because I was getting greedy. I wanted to get greedy. With being able to just warning shot his face. Okay, well, we just lose. Well, we just win here. We don't need to do the ritual. What if we do it anyways? What if we show the opponent? What if we just show the opponent that we're Giga Chats? Yeah, why don't we just do this? I kind of like doing this. A little bit of BM, but I kind of like doing this. Watch us lose now. By the way, there's almost no way that we lose because we just summon. We can just summon the Dragway and do double warning shot and win the game. And we even drew the Jagged Butcher. So we have blockers for everything here. And then we Dragway and do double warning shot. Okay, opponent doesn't even let us do it. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Ezreal Caitlyn. Interesting. I haven't played this matchup in a while. Man, GP is kind of vulnerable to a lot of things. The warning shot seems kind of nice, and so does the sap. I definitely think I need to keep the... I need to probably keep the GP. I need to keep as many champions as possible, because otherwise we just start getting our value. The question is here, do we need to commit... Okay, well, I'm definitely going to commit it now. I was going to say, do we need to commit the Jagged Butcher right now? But if the opponent's going to do this, if the opponent has nothing, then I'm going to do this. I think I'd rather open attack, because I don't want to lose to a House Spider. I think I want to open attack right now. Yeah, be my guess. We still get to hit, right? We still get to hit, and then next turn still make it rain. Harley's really good. It's a little bit annoying though.
Nice to meet you.
That card is always annoying. I'm gonna do this. Obviously, this can just die to a flock, but at least we force the flock out if he goes for it. I guess now we lose to a static shock as well. But I think we just go like this. If opponent has Mystic, they have Mystic. We just attack with everything. Opponent gets to put more Flash Bombs here. Yeah, so it's going to be Flock, Mystic, or Mystic. And then next turn, we just kill the Caitlyn with double Make It Rain. Or we can do it Parley and then Make It Rain. Yeah, we just do the Make It Rain. We'll do the Parley and Make It Rain. I want to keep the second Make It Rain for later. Definitely need to start dealing with these Flash Bombs, though. Or we can just do the second Parley. Bye-bye, Seju. I'm gonna do it like this. Now that he did this, I'm gonna do it like this. Just kill that out of the way now. So here's my problem. The Flash Bombs in my deck are gonna make this a little bit awkward. Oh, never mind. We just got like this. Let's just push the damage right now while we have the chance. And then just start rebuilding our board by stealing his cards. Because this is pushing a lot of damage. All we need is just a little bit more burn to be able to win the game. Yeah, it's kind of annoying this because this is going to die right here, right? This is going to die to like Mystic Shot, Flock, anything. So it's a little bit unfortunate, but we get to steal some cards from him. He should definitely always do the Scorched Earth right here if he has it. Now all we need is some burn. Oh, that's a huge draw. That's a huge draw. Yeah, go ahead. Guillotine. Guillotine? Why are you playing Guillotine? Because remember, the opponent has no heal. So we just need to get them a little bit low. This is better. The game is going to go long enough that I think this is worth it. The game is going to go long enough that I think the War Mother's Call just completely exchanges the whole game, right? Problem is that we're not playing it until later. I mean, I'm okay taking this because we know we have Make It Rain to deal with it. Problem is... How do we do this? Because turn 9 is going to be when the opponent is attacking, which means that it's going to make it really awkward for us to ever like really do anything there. Oh, thank you. That's huge. That's huge because we can go wide now. We can go really wide now. I'm going to do Make It Rain right now before the opponent's able to summon another unit, just so that we guarantee that we can kill the Archivist. So we can Make It Rain to guarantee that we kill the Archivist. Opponent's going to have more cards to be able to block here. Okay, so he gets the Tri-Beam. But again, we're only looking for just a little bit of damage, right? That's a big Tri-Beam though. We're only looking for a little bit of damage. I'm gonna keep this back. Because attacking now doesn't matter. So Ezreal is a big problem. Because Ezreal's gonna do 2 + 4. 5 actually. So we're gonna go down to... Okay, at least we don't lose the blockers. Oh, bye-bye War Mother's Call. And hello Sejuani. That's beautiful. We lose the War Mother's Call, but we get the Sejuani. I'll take that for now. We have 3 damage on our table. Opponent, we have Warning Shot as well. Opponent could have a second Tri-Beam, I guess, and that would be unfortunate. They do, so they probably have something like, I guess... You know what? Let's do this. Perfect. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. Just casually steal their Farron to win the game. I know the opponent is currently hating that. I know the opponent is hating this, right? Yeah, let's just do the Farron. I think it's better than trying to open attack with the Sejuani. And there you go. And he even loses his Farron and we win the game. Nap. Nap is a fun mechanic, guys. GG's. that's unfortunate for opponent. Hello everybody, welcome back. So I hope you enjoyed those games. Really fun. I think this deck is always really fun, and you always get some funny scenarios where you're winning with stuff like Nap, or you're just like completely obliterating the opponent with like a big Sejuani or a big Gangplank. In terms of mulligan, I think obviously if you're attacking on odds, so if you have the attack token first, you definitely want to be able to either keep the Corsair. I think you keep Corsair anyways, no matter what your attack token is. But you want to keep Corsair. If you're going against aggro, it doesn't hurt to keep one parley, because if the opponent develops like a Legion Saboteur, you can punish them with a parley, for example. And sometimes keeping the Butcher is also fine, just so that you're able to right away start leveling up your champions. If you're attacking from the even side, then you always want to keep Mariah Warden. I still keep Corsair because you can play her on 1 and then play Mariah Warden on 2, and kind of go from there. So I definitely just suggest you skipping your low cost units early on, and going from there. So Tough Speaker, Mariah, the Jagged Butcher, the Corsair will be my go-to choice. Black Mark American is also good to keep if you already have like a way to trigger the Plunder. And then I will say that it's fine to keep one of Sejuani or one of Gangplank if you already have enough like early units, right? So if you have a hand that's like 3 low-cost units and spells, you can keep one of the champions, because you know you're going to be able to level them up very, very quickly. So yeah, that's what I would suggest in terms of mulligan. Again, if you like the content, please make sure to like the video below, and you can also subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day, usually a different fresh deck every day. You can also catch us on Twitch at Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream 3 to 4 times a week. And you can also find us on Twitter and Discord. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate all your support, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.